Okay, let's see Sarah then. Well, I promised I'd meet Instructor Sarah here. Should I head inside Whale already though? I think I'm kinda here early. Oh shoot, maybe I should... Is there anything else I need to do here? Let me check all the missables here real quick. Alright, I got the recipe, I got the Gambler Jack, I got the Zemurian ore. Wait, let me make sure of that. Yep. Got the bike color. And got the character pages enough to get Medal of Love. So... Am I ready? Okay. Yeah, looks fine. Okay. Class 7 dormitory.
Finally. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Not at all. I think I actually showed up a little early. Finally had enough booze for the night, I take it?
Yeah, had enough of the bad company too, so I managed to skedaddle. I figure the others should be able to handle things over at the academy. Just standing here really does bring the memories flooding back, doesn't it? For as long as we spent here, it feels like we've been away even longer. But I'm glad you made good on your word and took it back from the Alliance.
So am I. And I know I couldn't have done it without you. Say, while we're here, why don't we take a little stroll through the place? I'm feeling the itch to see if everything upstairs is like we left it.
It's a date.
See some of our old stuff, but of course Crow's is probably super empty.
A shame Crow isn't back with us like old times, huh? In a way, he hasn't changed a bit since his first day. Even then, he was never honest with his feelings.
Oh, yeah. You helped out with the Arcus trials they all did last year, didn't you?
Yep. We sent them all over the country, just like we did with you guys during your field studies. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder that if I'd noticed something was off with Crow back then, we all could have been spared a lot of heartache. I've known him even longer than you guys have. Heck, I was his teacher. I guess I keep thinking maybe there was something I could have done.
It's not your fault. Crow's planning was meticulous. He'd been setting it up for years. He would have gone through with it either way. But I'm not going to sit back and let that be that. I'll face him down, beat him, and bring him back. That's my promise. He'll be back where he belongs, with us. And you'll be there with us too.
Yeah? I know you'll do everything you can. If anyone can bring Crow back, it's you guys. It's been almost 2 years since I traded in my bracer badge for the whole teacher shtick. But there's never been a day when I regretted making the switch.
Likewise. We couldn't have ended up with a better homeroom teacher. Your methods seemed really bizarre at first, but when I look back, everything you did prepared us for what was to come.
Thanks. It makes me happy to hear that. I'd like to think that you all learned a lot from me, but over the past year, I've learned plenty from you guys too. Things I never learned pounding the battlefield as a Jaeger or during my time with the Bracers. But whatever the future holds for me, I know the time I spent here will help guide me in whatever I end up doing next.
Wait, whatever the future holds? You're not thinking of...
I don't even know anymore. No matter which side comes out on top in this war, the Empire's never going to be the same again. When it's all over, should I stay on as an instructor here? Should I go back to being a Bracer? Or branch out to something new? All I know is that I want to be able to support you guys in whatever you decide to work towards, as much as I can. Just how I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping that fighting through the battle ahead of us brings me an answer.
You really are amazing, you know that? No matter how fast we grow, you're always a step ahead of us, pushing forward into the unknown to show us the way. I'm never gonna be able to measure up to you, am I?
What do you mean?
You're experienced, reliable, always ahead of us, just out of reach, but guiding us forward. You're strict sometimes, but you're always compassionate, and you bury your weaknesses deep down to be someone we can rely on. And somewhere along the way, I started to hope that one day I'll be able to finally catch up to you, so that we can think of each other as peers. Something more than just teacher and student.
Oh.
As things stand, I'm still a long way from being there. When this war is behind us, and life slows back down to its normal pace, there'll come a day when I graduate from Thor's and head out into the world as a real man. When that day comes, I want to be there for you, in some way, as your equal.
Oh my. Well, you're just full of surprises tonight, aren't you? With all that's been going on, I never realized you felt that way about me.
This might be slightly illegal.
You can be pretty daring sometimes, you know that? I'm sure you're well aware that I go for the classy, mature gentleman type, and not students, though.
Yeah, but we're looking toward the future, right? Students grow up. Boys become men. Sure, I might not look the part now, but one day I'll be a dashing, handsome gent who can turn even your head.
All right, then. I want you to close your eyes.
I wonder if Rean will get a mustache or something.
In fact, I'm making it a formal assignment. No peeking.
Why?
Shh, no questions. Good students are supposed to listen to their teachers.
Well, if you say so.
Just think of that as a little appetizer. In a couple of years, if you're still hungry for the main course, come and find me. I'll make it worth the chase. Still, there's no need to rush. I'm willing to wait, if you are.
Thanks.
Alright. That your bond with instructor started strengthened. Plus 1500! Inseparable achievement unlocked. Overdrive 2. Worth the wait achievement unlocked. The final operation. Oh, it's snowing. And that's the new Tachi. This is amazing. You really were able to forge Valimar a new Tachi from Zemurian ore. Well, of course I was. It's a massive weapon totaling over 7 ards in length. Its uncommon shape made refining and processing the ore exceedingly difficult, to say the least, but it was done. I doubt I would have been able to do it if not for the help of that stubborn old student of mine over there. You're the least qualified person on this entire continent to call anyone else stubborn. Yeah, I'm with you, instructor. It sure was a shock to learn that you were also a former student of the professor's, Instructor Makarov. I heard you were once a student at the Ruhr Institute of Technology, but I never connected the dots. And that's how I preferred it too. All that was a long, long time ago. I'll never be able to fathom why the two of you chose not to stay and study more under me. Because you're kind of a dick. The offer still stands, however. I know talent when I see it. Oh, I couldn't possibly. I doubt I have half the talent to keep on with you. Give it to him straight, George. It won't get through that damn near impenetrable skull of his. Tell him you'd go insane if you had to spend years working with an arrogant, self-centered prick like him. Still, what a beautiful blade it is. The radiance of it is simply dazzling. Ain't nothing out there like Zemurian ore. It's probably not as sharp as something a real swordsmith would make, though. None of us are smiths by profession. But Valimar should be able to find it easier to use than any weapon he could have taken from a soldat, and that's what counts. Alright then, let's give it a try. Do we actually get to practice against an opponent? Another soldat? Maybe we can challenge Neidhart to a rematch. I'm sure he's gotten even better with his Spiegel. Wow, they're resonating with one another. They sure are. How beautiful. It truly is astounding. You look so cool, Valimar. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's amazing, alright. I think we finally have a chance. Feedback process with the new armament complete. I do indeed feel this is easier to wield than previous armaments. Good, I'm glad to hear it. You think this will do the trick? Yep, I had high expectations, but this shattered them. I think I finally stand a chance against him now. Assuming I have Sarah spam her debuff spell. Professor Schmidt, Instructor Makarov, George. Thank you all so much for what you've done. Save your thanks. I only did what I did to satisfy my curiosity. Whatever you do now that I'm done is of no concern to me. So he's not being modest either, Rean. He totally means that. This is how he is. Same deal with the railway guns, the slots, the orbital jamming device. As soon as his work is done, he loses interest completely and is up to find something else to do. Something wrong with that? All that said, I think preparations are now finally complete. Yes, sir. I think it's about time I go and get everyone. The fated moment has finally arrived. The current time is 0630 hours. Everyone should gather here again 0730 hours. Make sure you're all wearing what I gave you earlier too. Wearing? Wait, are we getting our uniforms back? Right. We finally get our blazers back. Same day, 7:50. No? Where's our blazers? I was hoping everyone would finally be back in their old duds. No.
gathering.
Good. Instructor Sarah, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov. We leave them in your capable hands.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them.
Just leave them to us.
Students of Forest Military Academy. I'm sure most of you remember what was once imparted to you during your respective welcoming ceremonies. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. These are the words of Emperor Drykles, the man who ended the War of the Lions and founded this very academy. I ask you to consider what the world he refers to is, and what qualities one must possess to be his foundation. Imagine that you each had your own thoughts in response. However, I ask that you not make the mistake of assuming that foundation is synonymous with sacrifice. I believe that is by walking side by side with each other is opening up a path and treading down it that one does this. As such, I have but one very simple message for each and every one of you to remember. Return alive. Welcome spring's arrival with one another, and when the time comes, fly the nest with one another. Fly the nest? Is he saying what I think he's saying? In that end, I wish you victory.
May Adios and Drykles the Lionheart be with you all. And please, come back here safe and unharmed. Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out! Understood.
Rean can now use the S-Craft Termination / Dawn. About time, he's always a late bloomer when it comes to S-Crafts. Surface air temperature is 5 degrees, humidity 13%. There's a north-northwesterly wind blowing at 11 APH. Arch per hour. Incoming messages from both the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions. They're past the Schwarzstraße barrier and Trista, moving into formation about 100 cells from Heimdallr. Main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. We're ready for battle at any time. All orbital engines are operating normally. All crew members present and accounted for. We're ready to begin the operation on your command. Understood. Sounds like we're all ready to go. Still, it doesn't look like we're going to be hearing anything from Prince Oliver. Indeed, there's been no word from Father either. They probably got their hands full in the west. It's starting to get really hectic there from what I've heard. I've asked Mitch to try and get in contact with Tobal, but I'm not banking on them succeeding. That's too bad. It would have been great to have them here too. There's no point in lamenting on what we don't have. Right, all we can do is make the best of our current situation. Yep, I'm with them. Still, the battle doesn't begin until midday. We've still got time. If there's anything you want to take care of, now's your chance. Anything spring to mind? Any more quests? Now you mention it. Cool, are there any new requests for us to take care of? There are, in fact. Hold on a minute while I get them up. What now? My Jormungand don't want none. Oliver. We speak of serpents, which should spring to mind but the fell Jormungand. When in truth, I have my own glorious servant I bring out in at parties and on special occasions. In fact, Rean, this is Major Vander. Pay no attention to the prince and just kill the monster. Saxon violence. There was a woman for wooer. When I saw her, I wanted to woo her. She gave me a slap when I sat in her lap. Now I have a lover fewer. Oh, how I love composing a clever verse. Monster Gaspard. What the heck was that all about? 2 monster quests. For free! The monsters are alive, dear. The hills are alive, dear Rean, with the sound of monsters. The highlands to be more precise. I'd like you to look into it personally. I hope your skills haven't plateaued yet, because you'll have to fly like, dare I say it, the wind to deal with this threat. Best quest giver. Danger strikes close to home for young Rean. There's strange beasts stirring up strife on the path to Ymir. Will he answer the call? Will his sister be impressed with manly feats of strength? Will anyone actually read this? Oh, I think we can handle these. Right, none of them seem like they would take too long. Just beat up a bunch of monsters. Whether you do them or not is totally up to you, but getting ready for battle should be top priority. I know you've gotten the hang of reporting to Prince Oliver, but seeing as we can't contact him, you can just report to me. This might, well, be the last chance you have to get maintenance done on your ornaments too. So if you need anything, let me know. We will, thank you. There's no such thing as being too prepared for this. Forward relentlessly. That's the main story. Talk to Toa and commence operation. This is the last chance I'll be on board the Courageous. Trial chests will be lost forever. Well, at least I can freely pick my party. Eustace is pretty much. Eustace and Elisa are pretty much good for sustained battles. Now that Rean has his final S-craft, he'd actually be good for the Dominator courts as well. So I could have either Fee or Sarah sub out for take his place as the main delayer, I think. Preferably Fee because I think she has more time slots. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.